Now, there's something that I recently read, and I just want to share with you guys because I felt like it was really deep and really thought-provoking, and it entails everything that's going on right now in society, where it's so difficult for people to reach financial freedom, and why so many people are just so stuck in the rat race and they feel like they just can't get out. And let's be quite honest, many people out right now are just really outraged about the wages not being as good as it should be. And this line was this: poverty is creative. It's extremely creative, right? That line, poverty is creative. Now, when I heard that line, I was like, man, that is 100% true. From my life, I definitely noticed that. And what I take from that is this: there's so many things that are out there to keep you poor. And it's really good. Like, it's an illusion. For example, look at Instagram, right? If you look at Instagram, all you see is people highlight reels, right? That's all you see. You see people going on vacation, right? The best vacations and just enjoying life, and they're just flaunting about how great their life is. And you got people just, look at my new car. Like, everyone wants to show stuff. And it's really excessive on Instagram. It's a highlight reel. Essentially, that's what it is. It's people's the highlights of their life. And that's why I'm never on it. I'm never on it because I know a lot of that stuff that's on it is a facade. But that's a lot of people, right, that have that poor mentality or are struggling financially. They do those things to get some satisfaction, right? You're spending money to please other people. That's what you're doing. You're spending money to signal to other people, hey, look, I got money, when you don't have it. And that's what a poor mindset could do, right? That's what poverty could do. It makes you want to buy more of the things to not get you out of your financial situation, right? It makes you want to purchase stuff to make it feel like you made it, right? But that doesn't add up, right? If you finally get some income and you're spending it on material things, that doesn't increase your net worth. That doesn't get you a step closer to reaching financial freedom, right? People say getting a house is the best thing, okay? People have big, great, beautiful houses. I love those houses, beautiful, beautiful houses, right? But people have to pay for that, right? If you don't got the money for it, you have a 20% down payment, right? You don't even have, you just barely was able to save the 3%, that's required for FHA. And then you buy a house and you're like, yes, I made it. Now everyone thinks that I made it. Look at me. Now I'm happy to have a house. That's another financial obligation that will keep you in the 9-to-5 rat race, because now that's a huge financial obligation where that's where you live. So you do whatever it takes to stay within those four walls. But I got news for you, right? Buying a house, people know this, that it's not what people who own homes, they know this. It's not just about buying a house. That's kind of the easy part. It's about the property insurance, right? It's about the taxes, okay? It's about the repairs, the remodeling, all the things that come associated with that. And guess what? You might have a house, but you're poor. On paper, your net worth, you're poor. I know people are saying, what's appreciating asset? That's great. But in order for you to tap into that appreciating asset, you need to sell it. And when you sell it, you have it, then what you're going to do, right? Now you're back to square one. Yeah, you got some money, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do with that money? The same with cars. Beautiful cars. People love the cars. They drive around in the beautiful, beautiful cars, right? Beautiful cars, but they can't afford it. I saw somewhere it was $700 to $1,000 people were paying on monthly payments on cars. The number one biggest wealth killer. And if you notice, most poor people or the poor mentality, that's what they buy. That's what they buy, and that's what kills them financially, is buying vehicles and buying things that's a depreciating asset. Poverty, man, is really creative. There's so many ways, there's so many things out there to just pull you down, and you wouldn't even know it. You would not even know it, right? Your job offers a 401k match for match, dollar for dollar. So you're telling me if I put $1 in, I'm gonna get a free dollar from the company? They're gonna match it? That's awesome. I could put money into it. Boom. In a few years, compound interest. If I put 3-5%, I could make so much money. But you know what the poor creativity does? What the poor self says? You can take that money and enjoy life now, right? Don't put money into a retirement account. It's risky. You might lose it all. Put money into vacations now. Take that money and put it into buying a car. You buy those designer glasses, that watch. Like, buy all these things in life that you know you want. You see, because it's a difference between wants and needs. We all know that difference between wants and needs. But when you have a poor mindset, poverty is like, no, you need everything. Right? You need everything. You just need it, need it, need it, need it. But when you're rich, you don't need much. Right? You just need time. You need time and stability and financial freedom to do whatever it is that you want. The freedom to go anywhere where you want to go. With the money you actually have. Not running up a credit card. Not running up a credit card. Just saying, I got the cash for it. Yes, I use credit cards. But at the end of the month, I pay it all off. I actually got it. Right? That's what people think too. That is like, when it comes to people who have a poverty mindset, they see the rich getting stuff on credit. Right? And they think, well, if they use credit, I could use credit. Right? Rich people walk around with Amex cards. Right? They have credit cards. If they could do it, I could do it. But there's a difference between what rich people do and what poor people do. When rich people do, it's called leverage. Because they have the funds for it, but they could take that money and put it somewhere else to make more money. That's leverage. But when poor people do it, it's debt. Big difference is debt. Okay? You are thinking you're cheating the system because you're getting rewards. You're getting cash back. Well, that's probably being creative. You're not going on vacation. There's so many unused points out there that people have on the reward cards, right? And there's so many people who don't pay off the balance in the end of the month. But they believe, oh, I could do it, right? I can pay it off, until you recognize, wait a minute. I just ran up $2,000 on my credit card. I got to pay $40 a month. Let me spend $40 a month, and that extra, $1,600, let me use it for something else, something that I always wanted to do. That's poverty. And it's really creative. And you won't even know. You won't even know, because all these advertisements, right? These buy now, pay laters, there's Black Friday deals, Memorial weekend sales, Labor Day weekend sales, 4th of July sales, President's Day. I mean, come on. There's so many sales that's out there that people feel like, oh, I can't miss it. I got to buy it. Right? I got to buy it, because it's poverty talking. Because a few weeks later, it's on sale again. What, Cyber Monday, right? Amazon Prime Week. I think now it's twice a year, right? You always feel like you're to miss out on something, and that's just poverty being smart. You see, you have to look above and beyond that. You gotta be different, right? Being rich and hitting financial freedom, you have to be different. Different, and not afraid to be different. And not just that, be disciplined. And to be honest with you, it's not that hard. Because if you just go and focus on investing, right? Focusing on your mental health, your physical health, and you put all your energy towards that, all good things are gonna come your way. You're gonna hit financial freedom. This is no possible way you won't. If you just focus on that and you say no to things that don't matter. Because it's gonna be things trying to grab your attention, trying to grab your money. Right? And the more you give into it and you give away, you're gonna be stuck. See so many videos now, people saying, I hate my 9 to 5. I hate my 9 to 5. No, you should hate the decisions you made in life. That's what you really should be hating. The fact of, man, I let myself go down that path that I should never done. But instead, you're blaming politicians. You're blaming everyone. And when I hear people blaming, complaining, and blaming, complaining, that lets me know they don't got it yet. They don't got it yet. That's the poverty mindset of saying you need more. You need more, not to invest, but you need more to keep on going, because people are going to recognize you don't have any money and you're poor. You can't. You have to give the illusion you have money. It's like the saying that Warren Buffett said. Warren Buffett said, right, when a tide runs low, you can see who is skinny dipping. And right now, there's so many people who are skinny dipping. Okay? They got no money. They're broke. that if their credit cards come right now, the bank comes and says, sorry, cut you off, they don't know what to do. They won't know what to do. So many people right now get a flat tire on a brand new car, beautiful car, and they have no money to even pay to replace the tire. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense. That's why I want everyone to understand, man, true wealth starts with focus and discipline on your path to financial freedom. It is simply that simple. I don't care if you make 100,000 or you make 50,000. You can make 50,000 be richer than someone who makes 100,000. Right? You can make 50,000 and be richer than someone who makes 250,000. Now, mathematically, right? If you have a poor mindset, you're like, that's not true. They have all that money, right? How the hell could they be broke? Too many obligations, too many liabilities, lifestyle creep, lifestyle inflation. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And just because you think that you have less money than someone else, that you don't have as much freedom as they do, you're sadly mistaken, right? Because you have a rich mentality and you're saving. You put money into your 401k account. You're saving. You're delaying gratification. You're doing all the right things. When someone with all that money, they're just balling. They're just spending with no stop. No stop at all. They're just like, nope, I'm going to keep on spending until one day, and you know what? Their downfall is woof. That's a big downfall. To have so much money and go down, it's like that's a big downfall, but not you. You remain even, right? You remain calm the whole time. You have your emergency fund. Job lays you off, you have an emergency fund. You have some type of secondary income coming aside, multiple income streams, right? You got money in your investment accounts, right? You're doing the Uber Eats, right? The DoorDash. Maybe you're tutoring on the weekends. Maybe you're doing all these other things where if your 9 to 5 says, hey, sorry, I'll let you go, you're like, hey, it's okay, I got my safety net over here. I didn't just put all my eggs into one basket because I knew, and I was smart enough to know that poverty makes you think that a 9 to 5 is the only way to build wealth. But I was smarter than that, and I went away from that path. Okay? I want you guys to re-listen to this message. Drop a comment down below and let me know how you feel about it, because I think this is something that's really important. And if you just definitely need to just, keep your mind open to the fact of poverty is really creative. And if you don't pay attention to that, you will stay there. You will stay on a broke, poor mindset financially and mentally, okay, for the rest of your life, which is something that I do not want to see anyone in.